conference will offer participants the opportunity to come up with tangible solutions that will help remove the barriers facing the development of renewable energy in the country. The Minister for Energy, I believe, will ensure that the recommendations made at the end of the conference will be implemented. The government is leaving no stone unturned in providing quality leadership in our quest to develop a sustainable energy economy. It is therefore a laudable idea to have stakeholders in the energy sector come together every year to deliberate and brainstorm on matters affecting the sector and present concrete measures to address them in order to ensure that industry players truly benefit from their investment.
From their investment. Ononya forces the Abnada Panitina Mampeni Nanado Nemua, Wadia Semia Tuda, and what in a Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempan Sotrese, Abayanu Swadunisa, Obama Gan Hanum say, a ban when Yinamodia, a Habaya headquarters here. Yebenya Manabuso, Naya Sopra Bikradia Mamaya Italian Wesia.
Today, His Excellency the President of the Republic is the co-chair of the group of eminent advocates of the 2030 United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, a role that affirms Ghana's position to promote sustainable energy for our development and the entire world. Ghana is therefore leading the way by promoting the rapid development of renewable energy in our energy generation mix. I think we are blessed with the sun, and we must utilize it even more. Our medium to long-term goal is to increase the contribution of renewable energy from the current 120 megawatts installed capacity, representing 2.4% of the generation mix, to more than 1,000 megawatts, thus attaining the minimum, surpassing the minimum 10% contribution from renewable energy in the generation mix by 2030.
We are Minister of Energy, Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempe, Nanuatina Tema Governing Council, Energy Commission, Professor Beneza Odro Wusu, or no so say, Sa Ghana Renewable Energy Fee, the Atoso and Suni, when this Wadun say, Wabetua to a general boom, a ya buying private sectors in a civil society, Nayana compare Bafasua, and Yanamunube Bebre.
Aims at providing a platform for collaboration between government, the private sector, and civil society, and for the promotion of the benefits of renewable energy. Now, this platform, as enshrined in the Renewable Energy Act 2011, Act 832, has been vigorously pursued by the Energy Commission in order to secure the country's energy future today. The Commission has promoted, among other things, various interventions and initiatives to drive the renewable energy sector forward. It's now added onto its portfolio the promotion of e-mobility to mop up the excess energy capacity in the system and also ensure the usage of electricity generated from renewable energy sources.
In 8 portfolio, Potomanto, Ayata Mama Governing Council Energy Commission, Professor Ebenezer Odro Wusu, on your 10 Cassie.
Omampanida da John Dramani Mahama Boa Progana Mantam Dunsi and Yamua Dagana Fuasi Aba, Yatoma no Afim Pinuni Aduno Abatuo no Emu, Umso Wanya de Nanso na Ehun Hiase, or Quaprona, Wadagana for Asie. Nanumu ho de kunkon ho kakra na ne fa to so miensa phase 3 e na wa hyase e wapue mantam yi one pue mantam na na matran konwa badwa kasa e na ode e to dwa se mampani akufu ado aban amane mu ayedin papa nua ne bo ayedin e se obi obehia na bontin su bia wo su se ne mu ayedin.
Nene, you are with our people on the ground. They'll tell you life is hard, times are hard, and people are suffering. There's a high cost of living, and every day there are increases in prices of food and non-food products. Maize, cooking oil, rice, tomatoes, cement, iron rods, every day the prices are increasing. This year, many unions are unhappy with the negotiations that took place between them and government, where a paltry 4% increase was given to them, while under Article 71, increases as high as 71% And so it's causing industrial disharmony within the country. Fuel costs are rising, and every day the pump price goes up. And the thing about fuel is when it goes up, it affects everything else. When we were in government and we were experiencing single-digit inflation, we said it's not the statistics that matter and that we should go to the market and check the prices. Prices are rising on the market. Now, the same people who said that say, don't worry about the market prices, look at the inflation statistics. I mean, this is hypocrisy of the highest level.
And what she about Juma or say, Oya asasi ye fertilizer no anka esi edema kuafo no ankonti no eno so bema aduane ho ayena e wo Ghana ha.
Farmers are suffering a shortage of fertilizer. Cocoa farmers are being asked to purchase fertilizer for which they don't have any money. Food crop farmers don't have access to subsidized fertilizer at all. I've driven across the length and breadth of this country on this thank you tour, and I see the maize. The maize is yellow because they cannot get fertilizer to apply to it. It's only if they have slashed and bent and cleared a new farm that they are able to grow without the use of fertilizer. But all the existing farms that are used to fertilizer application, today if you drive past, you see the crop is not doing well at all. And that's why I said there'll be a food shortage in the future if government does not pay attention. As I speak, farmers need a fertilizer they call urea. You apply NPK first, and it allows the crop to pick up and grow very fast. And then before it starts flowering to produce, you apply a fertilizer they call urea. That urea is not available. Even if you have the money to buy it today, you can't find it. And so that is another setback for our agriculture.
Na ne krakra mu no efa Ghana kai de ho so so no o free Ghana benwa so na Ghana kai de 120 billion Ghana cedis enso ne ehunu no mpo.
Our debt is rising. When I left office from independence, I left a debt of 120 billion. Today, our debt is almost 354 billion. This government alone has added 200 and something billion in 4 years to our debt. And one would have thought that with such a colossal amount of money, we should see a transformation of not only our economy but our infrastructure. But unfortunately, if you look at all the sectors, there's a decay in our infrastructure, and every day the government continues to borrow. Today, as I speak to you, if you take total revenue that government gets, once they pay wages and they pay interest on debt, the money is finished. And so for capital expenditure, goods and services, they have to borrow money to cover that. I mean, that's a very, unpleasant situation to be in. And it's an issue that we must take up with government, that government should be more prudent in terms of its management of our debt.
Mampanida da John Dramani Mahama eno di samitu jabra wane nanan matan konya bedwa ye wapu e mantemu ehia ne ebra odi phase 3 thank you to no ehihye so salamat kuku apento na bo ano emaye
na Asante Regional Minister Ononyamfo Samuel Semensa ana otaje preside memesia ewo various metropolitan municipal na district assemblies ya ewo Asante mantem nyina se Wamo modern samrebia womu beseno womu bekruti egu enkrata aso afe ye kopiemu wo court wa samra kro no anso womu de beya aduma wode sasami atu wonmu anim wa bra wa ya handing over motorbikes womu ya se wombema preside members no 1589 but emu 348 yaba entina watam wonmu no wode asemu yituja
Nyaminsha, Womo ya arrangement ya true na lakama honorable assembly members no. We should not forget say at the district level no, assembly no and the parliament. Just like national level. Here no the speaker and the presiding member. Entina emra any national in character. Na specific to each assembly no. Woman approve no through the fee fixing resolution which is law. Na mefa kwenya so ne masremo. Say mo yemu fee fixing resolution na momo modern and gazette. Enipan bebre womu we they don't even gazette it. One gazette here and share Daniel law. Ma pass in Daniel law. Now more or less like say parliament that pass law be now president and assent here. Emma Yanko Gazette here. Yes, I nimu as a law. T honorable presiding members with the message of the farm. So in the fee phasing resolution here, you be a law be on the party was assembly hall. Mon try as much as possible say mobile gazette. Na ababe yemra. Send your beya it could do be then it's enforceable court.
dear yate se wakase ya Asante Regional Minister ononyamfo Samuel Semensa. After that, na Vice Dean Emma Conference of Presiding Members here, ewa Asante Mantem, ononyamfo Richard Apia, enso trese sa motorbikes ya be ebeboa wonumpa.
Motorbikes na ya dia every 4 years bia no asa members no receive motorcycles no. Boy we dwumadie mu e asa member dwumadie ayedie mu. Wo hwe asa member dwumadie na obi won mo wo enkura be enan enum ene kabuma eye no ekrotu a odi assembly member e wo hono na moto no dwumadie ni timi boa e ma yetimi ekwa pro e wo yen electoral areas ne so nyina no e ma akomako ene e manfo di nkita ho die etimi boa ma dwumadie na ayedie no etimi eye nkoso.
Dear Yatin Kase Tatui, or your Vice Dean Nama Conference of Presiding Members here, a was Santimantimunian for Richard Apia. Yen ya Samson Kwame Yamechana Bua and Semianoa or the Bedaye.
Na Penia, a bus post a Jumaya Yushemu, Yan Titie, na Yamfa and Samra post a Juman Mordano, because Kokobeka said director. Director General in charge of Research, Planning and Transformation, Ghana Police Service, COP Paul Manley Awuni. Wano na ejumadi bi a wahyehyɛ Hans Cyril Foundation na wahyehyɛ saa nai enhyiamu no ya wode entity de ma Ghana Police Service for se be ya police adwuma no wo mo behu nani so yie na afeni ma ba ko mienu bi o mato na jeje mu so no o mani ebeba o mo so na o mo ahwɛ atoto ne yie na no mu na ye rapport Manley Awuni can say Posi bia ni obetinya ya adwuma wa bra oman ma no posi bo omo ban no enka ho no nta sa posi na chi na de omo hia no yemfa ma posi no ne ma omo hia titiro eye abonefo ho nsem.
You all may be aware, we have a very, very ambitious vision that is for the Ghana Police Service to be a world-class police organization capable of delivering planned, democratic, protective, and peaceful services up to standards of international best practice. But you all agree with us that you cannot achieve such a very ambitious vision without concerted effort by all personnel of the Ghana Police Service. And then also, more importantly, with public support and assistance. That is very, very important. As a service, we could put in all we can, but if we do not get the support and assistance of the public, whom we are constitutionally mandated to serve, there is no way we can achieve this laudable vision.
Nanuachi COP Paul Manley Awuni eka say santiti ya Hans Cyril Foundation ahihye de ama Ghana Police Service no ebe boa wo mo pa e wo madwuma yem.
This 4-day training program organized by the Hans Cyril Foundation could not have come at a more opportune time. It has come at the right time when we need to build the professionalism of our officers and men. And what a choice. At this program, we have chosen no less a participant than your good selves, who are the link pin between the command level and the junior ranks. You serve as the link pin. And once this training program, the capacity building program, goes home well with you, we can be very certain that you will impact it down to the last constable on the street. And we believe that if that is done, definitely it will bear fruit and impact positively on our public image.
Penny Okasa COP Paul Manley Awuni Ono Enoye Director General Research Planning and Transformation Ghana Police Service.
Na Asante Mantem one more na Asante Regional Health Directorate ahintie. Wamu tiremua teenage pregnancy enkwada wamu nyenyenyem no. Oba Asante Mantem wa challenges bi ankofo hia no. Ewode wamu ansa dance yabi. Sawusa ebra COVID ba ya krampa ya ka se enipa nse fie yi a okwa aman bi so a wo mo record teenage pregnancies ya bebrebe no Asante Mantem de na ensada entesa eswote kra mo mutumi prevent ba se 670 adolescent pregnancies ya na eyepa. Asante Regional Deputy Director Health Service in charge of Public Health Dr. Mike Roxinete ena wade asemiya tuja.
Yehun pembe be say ana emprowanyin sen eyade na eha emebunu na say yemofom sa emfedu kosi dunkron no asante mandem eto na mo bebre afa ho chance se wo fa e free 2016 ABC and year 2016 anka wo fa emebunu na say enkolomo emfedu kosi dunkron no wo fa emu 1000 bia na emu 30 ene nyinsen ba ene 2020 ati abafo be 26 wo fa 1000 bia emu 26 na nyinsen enso enya de ekase bia abafo minti no ye boss ehe yene nke nya ne sanka akola bia mpo ni ho anko benyinsen emra onu ni mfie so ye enti yenya emmo free UNICEF say yen hyehyɛ dwumadie bi ewa Asante Achim South District 90 memmoa enkonkan nti ye de call ho nkyese bi Asante Achim South District no ebuna na say enkoregu no omunyinsen basa ntesa na mmom akoye bibi afi ne ye hye ase ewa Asante memu no abeka hyehyɛ word da ne ho no na say nya ba bia yebenya ahemfo ene amanfo ne NGOs apomdia so yefo nyina no yebenya collaboration na say ba bia saa teamwork na wo yie emu eden pa yebetimi ede akora saa dwumadie na yetumi nya ho mfaso.
Way Asante Regional Deputy Director of Health Services in charge of public health, Dr. Michael Roxinete, Yanya Samson Kwame Nyameta na bua nsem yanwa wode bedan etefo.
Free mantamu posi sahine DCOP Kojo Entwitabi aka kire division and district commanders ni nyina se posi adwuma no a wo mo ye no ebekọ yie pa nkankan ewo free mantamu wa Jesus a commanders nyina obia na adwuma yie commander bi wo ho a fisi ebo ni din commander kopim da obekọ transfer on ko field da bia commander she office da bi isi a commander adwuma ni ni sa ya kan o hwe ba bi te se ba bia wo de post fo na kogu post ahodo no a ese wansa wa no afo mo so edwom no wafa ho no ahwese na ne masiko afi banks barriers any checkpoints ahodo ni nyina na mo hwe sa de enkankan ne bra bronya no epempen so bai DCOP Entwitabi say me entrance emma bronya no nru ho ansa na posi aba be gu krom eze ya bo amanfo ban so na ubekom na nya ban bo papa bia won pese posi no emeka nipa dada brabo no eho se be ya amanfo no be hu se yete ya dada dai ye ne posi na ete ha woni nsantwofo hia e wo finfin mantem mu na yewra DCOP Kwajo Entwitabi erisa asemi atudwa
eye ebone akese krono atuo da so ene nubone nsam ne niema basa ekoso ne ade no eno so beba fompa ene se the police for begu krom the friend of food patrols on be nante krom ba bia nkrofo digwa banks a nkrofo koyis kanom ne ade se de be ya akromfo entumi emedi dwuma basa bia no mo amu no so omo nko krom omo nkohwe esan se bronya na ebe nkrofo beba krom pa zo mo anso office nkwansa police ye ni no office nkwan omnkwa bonten omnkwa se emamu anu na mawi ayasma wo ye de omogu bonten so omunya dwuma banks ne barrier duty snap checks no omu ye dwuma no se de se de fata no
na oto azo se enkwanhia zo aya na esi ekwamu efri budubura am hai kakra ya koka Cape Coast ho kwanhia nsi aya na anu odene pa enti woni MTT di fo no so adi nkomo o ma yensiesie kakra o mo hwe kwan o mbefa so o ne Ghana highway nyina ka bom se be obetumi agba kwantufo ban e wo yakwante mpon so
Babia enkane ani no ekwan enkane ani so nom ne ade no eno so ka ho bi na accident no so ba road safety for no bekasa na om de ato highway for nanim ene urban roads na om make sure say om de enkane akosa akwan so say be ya eno be ma accident nkwanhia lorry nkwanhia a ekoso bebre wo fifi mantem ha no eno so anu abrase afen so ye the police for begu akwan free na kosi bronya ene bronya chi kosi enkanka free first November ko nyina no that time no akwantufo nkrobo adwadefo tukwan fitakwade elubo azem ebesia konkran akofa neema costo tamre ya no ya the police for begu kwan mu a social MTU for ebema driver for no so abohu kakra fi say chewa o ko speed ni ade a ya stop wa ni ade okoko
DCOP Kwajo Entwitabi Central Regional Police Commander and what is answering to Dwa Yenia Sally Ngiza and a bobo sansemi nyina no emayen Abusia se wo ho a ho Ayashada na show nipadua steady nipadua ni ye nipa bi ho a ono ankasa ode ne ho no on hye da nim ni nipadua on will be on ni pedua pan or tea yaw be or honam no baby on his baby I may tea yaw with the anja me yanya malaria and pass or back doctor no nya malaria once yaw be or wha if you see a chiho sane sa fa usrem eba be pie unantini what be da eba na ko ho eba na ko se de pompe ade no ene ebre bi beba eba enko bi o mebeka ho eno ne e friend no sciatica no patcho se friend say sciatica na Ghana ase e wo nyina ya sabia ba akope ene otimi sa sciatica yare ema ekokora nti nanu mo te sa santeman dem so afo abedi e people's mother wo di adanse say yey na sciatica idi enko anhia sa ankofo ya kan ho akere no a na 21st clinic asem ene woka omo ene ye expert in sciatica men kan ya obi a obabi foforo me se de afiri usisi achi ekoka unantini me sra ofako 21st clinic na ekokoso hwe na kina obedi hu adanse na kumase omo ewo ehwa overseas ena domin so have you do abrosan no mu ubetimi from 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 mame fanko give us herba na the give us P capsules abadwaso P pill so what I say so na yana me say okay beka otim it give us pill capsules and only say bema pill bema say si awose mawie waduro no give us herba na dia ba ye fe give us P capsules oh obi ono nom give us P capsules na ma ogina yie pa nti bibia akokama sansani ni bi susu agu bema ho ena ugu nsuo susu a wote yaw pa give us P capsules ena beboa wo afi obi akoko oto no ani achipo dabia otompo ano ye ohene dabia ne nsa hye ne trouser chi dabia da it is angofo no so ogina ho a opeso ofam wo to ne nsa hye wo sa na uhu so
ne nsa ho boy bon
oji
sa ho boy bon
kan ba chomo fanche pa zenye munyai so 2 months away and sign na ngofo na hye udi to am to be from bra oji pa cho enye
we no ya baba oyiwa watsade ne nsa be fam hona no o koka aza wo mpenipa unkwa na hune mu bo ade anso a wo ye so nye ada na ukota na ba kwoti utwa na ato wo de si wani mu t-shape unya kunkum wani mpe wo mpenipa
o kire ne ho pacho give us co capsules ebe yi sa de na free ho ama na what a natural in company limited nka o mo na de aduro bi e fen proslav capsules obi a ugunsuo ntentem anajo efri be 9 ekoka homache be 6 o'clock no wo ba akofo otibi gunsuo bro 10 aden politan nezi uyem aden mesrew Natural in company limited ho na kokoto proslav capsules no eno be boa pa afei obi a kakra bi no abre onante no ha ne ha gese o trans homea eno onante abaka se odimilika free ball ga na be pie nkran kese bra wa bre na su bi mada pa cho hia cell strength capsules pa cho cell strength capsules no upebia ene proslav ni nyina number ni 0204 61 6161 0204 61 6161 and 0249 017101 0249 017101 meba chao 21st clinic sciatica experts no number ni 0540 311 311 0540 311 311 and afi 0543 222470 0543 222470 and 0506 851135 0506 851135 nyumaku ya da roma mwadwen kire fa edikan ena yede ebremu ansana yatoa kasebo no eso Kara ebi ohana
family no bebrana
Silas Befi Office of Honorable Salam Mustafa and was say mama yanka no to LGBTQI and someone akwasi adu jamfi or say a tafen iced tea uduma sen wo and or say Ghana for any job and penny akufo ado ne de oye no pa ye pe de oye no ye pe ne sa Kezia Edu and was say ayasamu o se me nim se parliamentarians no omu ni Ghana hwamoda Daniel Yeboa eta fe no koyo o se na ya me pa che wo mesre bisa se kane mampani John Dramani Mahama enti oya we pa se bibia e wo memu yetwa ho kade Crespo ofufu e no se JDM jare wo ye ho no jaye mpesa na Bosheba Amisti Gosu Zongo e no se Ghana fo bi ahase e de manfo se mampani akufo ado age LGBTQ ho anwanatum enye no kre mampani onye sa de ntumu da na ono awaka osinye na breso yi e na sa asem wi e ba abesie moma yemfa we hu me kase bo no so na yenya boafo nkrato afi ye ba LGBTQ do so pu ene ye de bremo
Peace FM
Ebra wo hu say ye ba no enya kokram no ya butu kra
ni nimpa se ni nru enna yaresa ho kade ye ntumi ntua na ho na wonam camel esane se adwene wo ho dwumadi ni so pagye yen
Aye ni jekese na yeni so Akan ye ho ne yenkuntia mofra sekokram ne yesese wo ya ne se upeto camel antiseptic liquid na yen so ye disikani mu 10 pesos peta esan se ye dwen wo ho dwumadi no echi na ya boa abofra bi a owo kokram che 10 pesos na ma enidaso FDA age edwedie nkrato yatum
Peace FM
Tune it in turn it up
Peace FM
and rip off the knob
Yama yetiafo nyina akwaba ayi asamu abeto kroimu a wo man nyina sa soko aya LGBTQ+ obia kasetia enam soma chairman man National Prophetic and Apostolic Churches Council aya founder Emma Alive Chapel International Archbishop Dr. Elisha Sarifu Amuako ana wono so kabie na watasa sa wo ba Ghana hanom pa sase de amamresi afa ye tradition pa Ghana yenim dada se bema ekọ ba fie kwakwaye no ho ade kama no one na kwotena sa ne yere wo ma nso nyinyina the same to wo ma to aso aya traditional eno na ye nananom free tetete adisuwa de besi ne sa bema beka se wakwa wane no nyonko bema yanti bida ayetiwade ebo man enti Ghana ha de sa asem yanti bida na wano kura ya no wanwa san ankasa bintu kwabesi a na nya akwarensafo emfitire na befre si anya kukudam a wo makọ school ya sadabo wo ka so wo nkosua ade amabua o mai daate sa kukudam no asore se wo mo support gay fo ene lesbian fo se yemu wo kwan na wo mo operate na no na ya nua Pius Bedu Bansen ene Apostle Dr. Elisha Sarifu Amuako kasa ena papa tire se sanya eniama asesa kakra pa nkasa bi sasem wei enya asam kura sese ye de to wa discuss ye esese obi a beto open so bia o ma wonsa so a wo si no yempe na wa batu atini baby kura. It's not a topic for discussion because enya part of our culture wo ba no nipa na sabi enwan empo bema mfa bema emponte bema mfa bema nantwie mua akura mpo bema mfa bema ene oba mfa oba na enkantam se nipa da se ne anyankopa bo se ne saso na waba low aba bedu sa level idie sa discuss no kura de eye no time
culture is very, very strong in Ghana. It is Yamakwan, say ye gay ni lesbian to more. A best say your family structures, a best say your family systems. And he mean to say, see a magi no coin, Emma a prevail Ghana. One of the reasons is it will mess up our family structures. Ghana is a small country. The level of poverty, Ghana is so high. And it is how far gay the lesbian become one. We don't support the gays and the lesbians. So, we share other African countries, a place like Uganda, Kenya, Nigeria, they have not accepted it. Majority of the African countries, because it's not part of our culture.
Na enuati na wakatire ye nua Pius Bedu Bansen say sa ekukudam no aya the 18 apostles of gayism for no omo patra say we woman right yanso ye woman left pa ye no omo besi ani woman who says Anya Maniamano, Yan Soso Ghana ha, na woman right to crowd limitation, and Trasa were right here, as I saw to me at the Upebia, there being your sanity, and to constitution no, yan fansem, yan yintum, yan nigga for Nutaka, yan power wasam.
We won't allow some few people, some few group to come and say a human right. Everybody has a right, but there's a limit to everybody's right. There's a limit to everybody's right. And to me, say you have a right, so you want to practice something that it doesn't exist in our society. And to say a human right, an armed robber can carry a gun. I didn't see a charm robber. So no say any human right. So no so be akofet you, as you be so. Na akopedi obedi. And to me believe we say, human rights no more canon. Nobody has 100% right. No human being, America, Africa, nobody has 100% human rights on a human right in Soviet and your PBR. We have animal rights. Animal also have a right. But what is the last time you saw dog becoming a gay? They also have a right. Cat. When is the last time you saw cat becoming a gay? Omukra
omubu. Nasa 18 apostles of gayism no. Nipa wada wamu ano aye lawyer Kotampa. Sa lawyer Kotampa wi waya mampeni na nade danko akufu ade no lawyer ni. Wano kura na etine mututa de no. Ebra 2020 abatuo ekopie mu Supreme Court no. Na no na papa ekire se wamu dodo aya sei nipa 18. Ane o maimuni nyina ne yakase ye sore muso amu 18 mu benya baabi akwatena. Na nipa 18 pe ena mo ba betre Ghana for de yenye debi majority carry the vote.
Other professors and other learned people, sorry say we should allow them on. I don't think say there are 18 of them, but the population of Ghana, the majority, about the 90% of them don't endorse such things. And in year 18, no, and then year professor Nipani Yana lawyer, oh yeah. So it's not part of our society. It's not part of our culture. Gay and lesbian, no, it's not part of our culture. Even the United States, America has 50 states, and yet every state in Omajia Tumwa, it may practice gay. It's not every state. Even in the US, no, almost everybody has a right, you know. Go and check. It's not all the 50 states that you can practice such thing in the state.
Dear Yatisa Okase, Archbishop Dr. Elisha Sarifu Amuako, Oni Anya Pius Bedu Bansen na Kasai.
Na wamwa, omupeso omuyesa ade sena kwabna to ondin. What was from saying?
18 apostles of gayism.
Okay. 80 wamwa adwene say 18 apostles of gayism sena kwabna fo to ondin. Wamwa kan sa na o kan say I yes so proponents of a bill no ye ni abotre na sa de no ye atete kwasem say ewiase nyina sere Ghana say ye ho ani wu papa say ye ti wonti ade ehia ko ekra hwe nyame ani biza Sam George say de wo constituency wo nyina wo constituency ne say asem ehia omopa ni ge was urade nyame anso nipa no ebeka ne ayenka enti pisa fam news so fato ye ho so say ye behwe ye nuan ma ni omo wa bibrem ha say ni ahwe say so eye Ghana fo nko an ya sori atia say LGBTQIUS prime OUW ho afo no say ye mpe wo mo asem ana moma ye hwe ye bo apro kakra ni ahwe ewiase ma mpanifuo bi ene ne awo maka ede afa gayism ho ye wa bibrem ha say ya na ye hye ase so ampani se dambo ye hye ase afirifie ye ma mpani na danko akufuado ne waka ede afa bema wo ne bema da oba ho ne oba da ho enie.
It will not be under the presidency of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo that same-sex marriage will be legal. That same-sex marriage will be legalized in Ghana. It will never happen in my time as president. Let me repeat. It will never happen.
Some memeti akunwa so ipa na ye beka se ama kwan se bema emegoro no ada pa so ofa ne yonko bema moma minsi so dua se ensi da na ngmaso mo benfo John Evans Atamel asomdwe hene nyamemfa ne crazy yie wonu so sa tama president mese tiase no sankofo mu diga yom nkofo no ye bad o I te say de wo de what interview to ezu mo se enkawa no free no otwe ntidwe aso no abeso no okọ Etu omo ha no ma yi omo ti no ma de ba kwa ba betuma hwe say afi de ya soften your stance kakra mo omo ana president miss the time e no be pia ba kutum e ya ta de nje mo amunyim.
No one can deny Prime Minister Cameron his right to make policies, take initiatives, or make statements that reflect his societal norms and ideals. But he does not have the right to direct other sovereign nations as to what they should do, especially where their societal norms and ideals are different from those which exist in Prime Minister Karam's society. I, as president of this nation, will never initiate or support any attempts to legalize homosexuality in Ghana. As a government, we will abide by the principles enshrined in our constitution, which constitution is supreme. Let me also say that whilst we acknowledge all the financial assistance and all the aid which has been given to us by our development partners, we will not accept any aid with strings attached if that aid will not inure to our interest, or the implementation or the utilization of that aid with strings attached would rather worsen our plight as a nation or destroy the very society that we want to use the money to improve.
Adentia here ya na sa se wo bebo ebosia na wo be ye lalasu la kakra ye be ye nti ene ajiwe na mojiwe ya agise mu yesei ene momfo de mon kan kire Prime Minister David Cameron say ono so kwan so wo ye mra e de mane man na oni hu kwan emra bia ni wiase mane kwan say on kire man foforo kwan on fa so mo ne bra enkankan ne say sa o man no so owo ni su ene ne ban etian de wo momfo ma de ne so ye ntena ye ba bi omampenda da John Evans Atamils eno no na omampenda da John ajekum kufo bosompra ono so say ono de bibia ne na o ono papa kufo to ona say wo hwa bibia ne na say wo hwe ma se na nyame ase ato ne bo ase anwono ma ahyehye wo mo o uja we nyina ho akwakofa bema ene onuma de ye
LGBT media me conservative pa sabe wuti ho fefe say na ma you ani afri so na wo hwe kwadwodogo wo gina ha na ade na wono a madam fu ka ade na wono a me ni bi ntimi ko he oh they are different and I attract me and into na ho dia e musu kura make am obo ade so obo ade percent ka ye ni sa nko nya o send you to Bible come replicate fill the world. How do we fill the world? Sabi many dogo but then you feel the world just a wo and I bit me ya feel the world I mean the end musu kura member something Ghana for so na asa no parent na some sa kwada no nyini na wanya obi obetu no fo ma me nya daje okopeska waja no pasa papa di mereka ko ya je so bibi di wakoka book ni ade kaka book na ebe wiase no akwada mo hu ni blomkum na hu ni fa achina na fe sabe na fu bone ni basa on ye ni paye ti parent ni na ni na asa na meka bamba ya papa mo so ya ma ni bisa mo ma be fo no na o tintia ni ade ni chase na wo ko asa na school ni ya kika ko na and mo cheni na mo ma di pa ni pa
moma nyipa enye nipa pani ofia ya mpa papa kofo ono so ne de no no man benda da John Dramani Mahama e no ye bisa ne se o man beni da wo sa gayism sa brekwa no otiga na bia se wo gayism ne sa ne ma no ugina bia pa ne sen man benda da John Dramani Mahama say my country is a secular one made up of Christians, Muslims and traditional believers. None of these sects accept gayism and lesbianism. As a leader, once the people I rule abhor these things, I cannot accept these cultures on the grounds of human rights. Despite our challenges as a nation, we stand paramount against any other foreign interest. Say, memmanya mi di won so no. Eye framan. Ye wo gidi ahodo ne som fekuo ahodo. Nanso sa gidi ahodo ne fekuo ahodo nyina no, obi anu a waje bema ne bema eno oba na etumu na se me yon kandifo no na me nkofo pe so saa na meye mintimi nyi obi amamre a ono de ba entum se eno so eye na yada safa ahudie ni human right ewom se ye oman ya ehia ne ma pidie nanso de boa ye nkankro no eno ena ye nisi so mampenda da John Dramani Mahama enso kan sei na Gambia mampeni ya jame sabre ni entu no o mampeni ya jame ono so ne de ebisa no awase ono oba wiase wo hu sa ponkyereni afro aponkyereni be ma afro aponkyereni be mada enu wo hu se nantwi be ma so afro nantwi be mada it is also any time po mpeso obeti ena bufu kra wa hwe kra ukra obisa no question ukra no nya wo be haw because ena bufu ye ne time kra ena bufu no.
Africans have never been homosexual. We have never seen homosexual frogs. I have cattle. I have never seen homosexual gay cattle. And homosexuality is detrimental to human existence. I don't care what they feel about me. I didn't introduce the death penalty here. I found it here. And the British brought the death penalty to the Gambia. Before colonialism, there was no death penalty in Africa. Don't you know that? Go to history. In the slave trade, doesn't the Africans capture people in the bush? So those are the same type of Africans that we still have that they use against us. So I wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, but homosexuality is un-African. And let me also make it very clear. Even if the whole world accepts it, Jame will not accept it in the Gambia. Let them go and tell me whatever they want to tell. Do I care? I don't.
I have to be honest with you.
Memfa ho na memfa bai ewiase nyina kra ba gya to ma me ya jame memfa ho se bia nso mko hyehye kira me etu no hi na efiri ho na ye call akonta sabre no wote ase Robert Gabriel Mugabe Zimbabwe mampani ene ebisa se akonta Mugabe na wonso so wo se sen.
If we accept homosexuality as a right, as is being argued by the Association of Sodomists and Sexual Perverts, what moral fiber shall our society ever have to deny organized drug addicts, or even those given to bestiality, the right they might claim and allege they possess under the rubrics of individual freedom and human rights?
Attempts to prescribe new rights that are contrary to our values, norms, traditions, and beliefs. We are not gays.
Akontano no. On the no atwa ni tie akra. If you are kwa Zambia, mampene ega Chagwa Lungu. Ega Chagwa Lungu susu ye bisa ni se. Namo enti ensem papa wo wiase nyina mo anya bia misa me se sa chesem friend ma asem say na mo ba bisa me enipa menya aboa.
Say we're going to be civilized if we only allow it. Are you saying we are very primitive now because we are frowning upon homosexuality? Even animals don't do it. Why should we be forced to do it? Because we want to be seen to be smart, to be seen to be civilized and advanced and so on. A retraction or apology would do, but I don't know, to be honest with you, how far this matter will go. Because already you're tying it to aid. If that is how you're going to bring your aids, then I'm afraid the Western can leave us alone in our poverty and we will continue scrounging and struggling and see how we can get going. They require help, obviously. For me, I think they're sick. That's how I see it. But they need help. The fact that they're going to jail probably is one thing, but help should be rendered to them. A pardon could be considered, but not in the manner that the ambassador is coming out, like insulting the collective wisdom of the Zambian people and the sovereignty of this state. You don't do that.
Na Zambia mampeni egalungu si nchenya Kenya mampeni Uhuru Kenyatta.
I will not engage in a subject that is of no, it is not of any major importance to the people and the Republic of Kenya. This is not an issue, as you would want to put it, of human rights. This is an issue of society, of our own base as a culture, as a people, regardless of which community you come from. This is not acceptable. This is not agreeable. This is not about Uhuru Kenyatta saying yes or no. This is an issue that the people of Kenya themselves, who have bestowed upon themselves a constitution, right, after several years, have clearly stated that this is not a subject that they are willing to engage in. I have to be honest with you. And that is the position that we have always maintained. Those are the laws that we have, and those are laws that are 100% supported by 99% of the Kenyan people, regardless of where they come.
Na General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, on also Uganda, and the Ebisa General say, General, now also on say Museveni so nani so oshiu papa no a o say amanfo so ya akokora nti wa de no corporate president bi mo rapo ye no aha Yoweri Museveni ono no eno omo bisa ne say na Uganda fo nso so mo mo gina bia wo sa brand kwa na eye lesbian homosexuals sa brand kwa na transgender ni nuanom nya meka ho ene nka ne kwa na nka ebisa nsa se de na ahwa nka ene ko betoro to pa ebisa nte sa abre no ngofo yi sister brothers yi omo si enya wo mo no omo mfo omo amamre no omo suman no emehye yeso wa ha na yewura Yoweri Museveni then akafa ho.
Of course they are disgusting. What sort of people are they? How can you go? I never knew what they were doing. That's how I've been told recently that what they do is terrible, disgusting. But I was ready to ignore that if there was proof that that's how he's born, abnormal. But now the proof is not there. Respect African societies and their values. If you don't agree, you just keep quiet. Let's manage our society the way we see. If we are wrong, we shall find out by ourselves. Just the way we don't interfere with yours.
Nti enwe ya de mo be chini pa Ghana ha say ya baba fie ya ba sheda betena fie na ye mpanifo ye bu wo mo ekasa ye tie na mo kasa otumu say we di aba wom pani so ho ye o pani ene o pani aha ye obi a ne pani no ye mfie pani ene obi so ne pani ne nyamfie asem obi okura ho no ne mfie kura wo nya aduonu enso o kasa otumu say yes pani akasa enti ye ba fihwe safo ni nyina nsem o maka e de afa ngofo yi hu na ya mamate ne ehu se oman wei Ghanafo se uyi Ghanafo du bia gina obi se om se LGBT ho ahwane de ben no hin wo mu gina enkron ene akire ponkron 9.9 be ka cho se eye musuo ye chi kabra enkwa
na wononyafo se temensa bonsu oye majority leader wono anso en woye mra sebetani ma de se wosoame wasan so ye minister parliamentary affairs ya last week we interview and in interview now we no na Ghana for said hu honorable baby a wogina enti enai and some tough ones am di akọ so our parliament house wa majority for organizing ye no na Ghana for ni di kire papa na wo an wonu nyam for say temenza bonsu kire say wo mun ne sapante Ghana for sasa bel we pa yase akwa pasia said ya Ghana for dodo no agi atum say yam pasia ma yamra na enya tiwade amfama wo man no wantin December sebeta no ebe disappoint Ghana for aside that kurampo dodo na tasa sa debate we yanya ne life na obi ansabi wataso parliament di omutumedi nyina omu ya ne life enti sa dwumadi we omu disappoint omu be yam obi ahumu bi.
I'm African, I'm an African, I'm a Ghanaian, Ashanti, a Kwabreman, and I have my own values, I have my own upbringing, right? So that one is shaped by my traditional upbringing. As I've said, along the line, Christian as I am, and I was born into Assembly School. So my faith also impacts on my upbringing. But that's not the only thing that shapes my upbringing, right? So that is it. And that is why I'm saying, that's why I referred us to the first provision in chapter 11 of the Constitution, which is Article 125, when it says that justice emanates from the people. And we have our own concept of what is right and what is wrong. I don't know of any ethnic group in this country that will applaud this. But having said so, we also operate with the Constitution. We must operate within the ambit of the Constitution. And that is why I said we'll do what is right for the people of this country.
Yabaya near ye adi amagana for na nuati no wata sa asem ya ye kan nyina ne wason takrata wompa aya speaker of parliament ya ɛyɛ ononyanfoɔ Aban Kingsford Sumano Babe ɔno ɛna saa deɛ nyinaa ɛda n'abam sɛ yɛbɛdi bɛti ho yɛ ne bɛti ho yɛbɛdi atom yɛ nyintum ɛho dwumadie nyinaa ɛda Aban Babe nkokum na wɔdidi sɛ Aban Babe yɛ obi a wanya suahunu wɔ abrabom ɛne baabi a n'atifie du no ɔbɛyɛ deɛ bɛma Ghanafoɔ akoma ato wɔ mu yam.
Parliament, which will be programmed by the Business Committee for consideration. But the Speaker, I'll find it difficult if you have a Speaker who would, in spite of his own antecedents as a former member of Parliament, to say that the Parliament is going to pass the bill. It's a bit of a difficulty, unless I didn't hear well. But if I heard well, that Parliament is going to pass it, that would present some challenge. I'm not saying Parliament is not going to pass it, but the Speaker should not make a predetermination for the House because he's not a member of Parliament, and this is the business of Parliament. Elsewhere, in some jurisdictions, in many jurisdictions, speakers are members of Parliament, right? And some speakers are even majority leaders. Don't forget, in some jurisdictions, the speakers are majority leaders, and they double up as the speakers. Here, in the wisdom of crafters of the Constitution, they elected not to have the Speaker as a member of Parliament. So I pray that the Speaker would cite some discretion in these matters, some circumspection, I should say. But other than that, I mean, he's an experienced member of Parliament, so maybe he was lured into the debate.
Na no si ya pen wononyanfo Frank Anodompre oye maternity whip a wono nso de nanu tumbi no wote se wo peso wo kan asem ni nyina tiawa maternity fo a wo mra se bedafie eye maternity kwakwaso no asem ba ye se de nkofo ka na maternity fo nka bi wo mu apam wo mu ano plaster wo mu de wo mu nkasa ho wo so wo kan sisudua ka se maternity fo nyina supporto Sasa bell no yam pass it. Enti majority ni bia ni wanu mu a wakɔgyina baabi aka sɛ saa bell no one day one support majority fo nyina support.
Committee no eba sɛ enye gyina tu ɛka sɛ deɛ ɔmbɛyɛ no wɔ committee level no yɛpɛ sɛ ɛyɛ opener yɛn in leadership particularly yɛn in the majority no ɛnya adeɛ a yɛbɛsi mu kwan nti ɛnɛ yɛaka ne pefee Emra yeba beshe say siano LGBTQI plus whatever. Yen dom kesian ye time ranichi ye beshe ne insiesi bi e wo ho say siesi ne be ye mra emma oman Ghana say ye ma Ghana oman Ghana de shi konkro Ghana ye nsa besi fom no ye behwe na ye de nipa tutuo na ehwehwe
we aye Franka Nodompre na executive director ma Center for Democratic Development CDD Ghana sa ekukudam no ameka wo mu asem no 18 apostles of gayism no o ka ho bi na wode ne nkyeremu aba abra woni City TV wo mu current affairs etoten komo en wo pani kyerɛ sɛ asam no sadi omu agina siesitie no Ghana fo nsedante o mase papa na wono wo kyerem sa ayi Sodom and Gomorrah asam no anu omu ka no eno ya apam dada okwa apam foforo no mu a ebra enkofo akwachi wo bejamanfo no koma Yesu se wa bejaman ne de ne Yesu kan wo se de wanya bone da no wonto bo mu wo ba no eno ya apam dada enti sadia yesie ye niasi abre ena ya awurade atiwade na Sodom and Gomorrah ya awurade atiwade no monka Bible ni yi aya apam dada etem apam foforo no Yesu kura ka se saafo no mpo ne onya bone da no onto bo mu eno ni nyina so yentie no.
The theology of compassion, the theology of redemption, the theology of grace that actually Jesus Christ, for the Christian side, preached and taught in the position, right, in the position of the Ghanaian church on this one. But let us not forget that in Leviticus, for example, in Deuteronomy, many different areas of those scriptures, that adultery, for example, was forthrightly condemned, right? And not just in very plain language, but the punishment that was prescribed in those texts was the stoning to death of both the adulterer and the adulteress. And yet, when we meet Jesus Christ in the New Testament, he exemplifies the theology of compassion, of redemption, of grace by demonstrating what you do with an adulteress. That is the theology that I expect the church to come to this question with. But when the church makes common cause with political interests and to marshal the force and the power of the state to condemn as criminals and to put in jail and to subject to all manner of inhuman treatment persons who are otherwise have not caused anyone any harm. When you as the church make common cause with worldly government to criminalize those people, to cast them out of society, to make them social outcasts, to make them second-class citizens, I fail to see the theology of Christ.
Satam no na yes mnase. Sisi New Testament ya Christ by no. Yes adom ase. Bema no se opese wone bema ena eda. Hama wakos wone sen. Ham pa wakoso ade amamu no ene sei ni nyina so no. Na CDD boss wasem yi ena presiding bishop Methodist Church, right, Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabenabuafo. Treso ono want baby. Na watremu a ebra a Christ, wo mu de oba no, eba ne nche mu ka cha Christ say Satan bone Yesu woko and wo mu friends Christ ye gina wo. Yate wo baby. We yate ne tamamom pe ne yede na bai. Ebra Yesu ka say eni onye bone da wonto bo mu oba no wie no o ka se ko enkoye bone bio e kire se bone aya ade awurade ochi
Opinion ka our bobo say Yesu Kristo ejina ho no mo ema oje adom ene ehomobro no eye no kretrodo no so na asoro no ejina ho no mo ma if you say asoro no ejina ho no mo ma oje ehomobro ene adom a awurade nam so edeje ne nkofo oje adebonyefo ene odo omo abem eno nti asoro no ejina ho no sisi a na waka say Yesu Kristo ebegina ho ma say ya na no nche say boni a ekoso no ese say ye hwe ne saa manokoso te ubehwe de odi aye no mfato ho say to bi kobo ejaman a na ese say yesi nabo na yekuno na awurade Yesu Kristo ehia oba no oye na obi antumi anto obo no wan kan tre ne say wonko to ane boni no so enti ko na man koye boni bio no so kire say boni nya de a ese say yesoso enu nti te nkofo bi eye boni na ye ho se sa boni enya de ye ebebre yen a ne ye so ye ntina onmo a ne ye nhwe ne sa se enkoso ne se nti ena asor no ka se la hihye a ye de abai yen na ye pesi ye si anokwan e wo wiase ana se e wo Ghana fo ya setinam wo hwe de kasa etia ene se LGBTQ kasa etia Ushe awade LGBTQ kasa etia na sa niema mieni se kasa etia na yen ahyase si eye nkofo ya ahyase si eye oman ya ahyase si eye wiase ena ye se no sa niema yi ena asore no kasa ense se yesososo
We are presiding bishop Emma Methodist Church, right, Reverend Dr. Paul Kwabenabuafo.
Now, some of your kind, be a man for Shedan who knew who are a moment and your best man and no pebina, Yanni and Yabaco and Jachenkomo, Bibintia Fanny and Tuja. Was a man for him, Sir LGBT no Mokan has no one knew who are a and another bind, 18 almost so. No one day wakum. Why be na nyame na age no ene wafrim me nua majo hello
it is
say
majo
You can't say homosexual. Why you be that?
Unfortunately, why you be that far?
Where you che?
By 5 to 6 years.
5 to 6 years.
Yes.
What is the one you say?
So now 18, 19.
Now we be 18, 19. How shall I say? Okay, the man who room first attempt. Okay, the man who come.
The man is going to India. Was equal or more in this. Giving and then let's the normal kind. The more say, I am going no moody after so you know, no crap. Maybe they after the Abraham school. Now we students, you go to as you see as a now year later. Your mouth, I don't know what.
Me pacho ase one nan take akatika obeti me agina bia my na homa no my stable am ya pese etie o pa pacho wan
me ko na teacher ba ko ma me the can say me ko my age so na me don senior ba ku came you know oba me chen obo we can friend ko dey share me ya no, because I know something though, and I catch the teacher about from my age. So, the thing I say, Minko inside, me first kind of to and Minko inside. And I say, me, Umiko, you must do that. Me teacher, mom, punishment. Who are you to tell me, sir? Me first kind to and Minko. I'm not going to into a year, I know the buffet. The buffet, and no budget second inside. The next minute, I'm going to non teacher and 18 for more, but in common mood in India, man, 10 common with it. But it's been done for money, and a sense that a teacher, you know, I'm punishing with school, giving it to me later. So, me, since I know at the time, myself, we'll be to a hotel, the animal, your mom is scanning, dear, like no matter the fun is with father. So one day, no, invite me or your birthday, and name branding, a group. You know, my corner saying, a sports beacon, no, nothing, some idea. That I know some brain. You know, man, I'm going back to hostel. To me, it's cool cheap. Maybe I don't, you could because here, no. Many to tell me the next morning, now I was naked. Now, also, Adam, so I said, like, Obani Bema, Obkuna, almost that bed, so now, Obama is in there, so near them. You know, but this is, you know, I'm who said me naked, naked, you. The you I'm because, like, and then I don't know, you say, you be saying, SCA. And me share my ass now, I say, like, Ubia family. Like Obedient family. So I was maybe or catching and saying, with the there's nothing new with me. I don't. I affirm. But since that as I'm not catching at that moment, you know, a honor not margin assistant at that moment. Say how I didn't think like we are Bema, what family, like how. Or I send or can send me tell me. I don't know, you know. I don't know many birthday. I don't know, catch you. Many birthday after no. Now say, I say, many actually yes. No catch you. We boy me school. We try me school fees near there. So when we catch that there now, me share that from my dream, man. So the next day, we go school a moment. Or friend gentlemen home for who near there. Until Obama is for high dying Emma or outside. We two hostel for now. But the quiet Anna, Meneno, Abekleke, after maintaining car with the go school at Drink. Or not to be school to a woman, means now, starting enough in your cafe, Yadoyam. In the corner one, or no, family. Oh no, you so at any BC, I did the beach then. I feel now it's for every day. Now, if some more class na me assistant ni esi mo ho esa me ade ti me catch it na den new no say oh na ye honestly normal obama me na o say bi mama me ade I be two baby so na apina me to me na me ho assistant after so na ti mo ba no in something green be amama kata ebon pa it's very bad. So the system you have to know the nam skatebiana and you swear the itching. And anytime you also remember me anytime your person anytime you are present. I say no who you like anytime because he's the one I know who feed me. Or no no tell me because now me more me people be no film more me to be near there. Yes now on my day. Me school. So a quiet drama is many classmates for boys to say grandma. They're no fairly jealous. To me, ban one idea. No more girlfriend. Girlfriend, I'm one a status as I did this year, and that girlfriend of Grandma Honey for say. No calling because I don't remember any the girlfriend to Miss Remissy. Now my captain, I'm my picky boy in India. This thing is a spirit. Once now, them are not IEB. There's nothing you can do about it. I just think I'm people because the guy they must feel because that hospital for 9 months. Even the doctors were just asking me, then I'm in 2 years. I'm to a pizza. Mean to me, the NS. Could see some say. Soft beach now may trip and a correction and I'm a trauma number and I'm a kind of day I do 2 board. The next 3 days after for the family or catch them and say Yemen now anything after them or bonfire or starting a bonfire that day no enemy bonfire fasting and they change food you go any family or something be family. Like I said, no one has been I said, BBI. Oh, I said, BBI. The people say they're not more about or Yemen or Congo, like you say, member about people just there. That's how they do there. But who young could bear I feel like me coming chain and he couldn't come.
Minia, Sabaya, Yabetu was enough for your brand so a continue. Who say? O say otu nyina say de na ye otu na ayeden and I say
it is ode ade him I say ode ade hye baby na de enko na wo for so na e ho no ate no o na ate it is bibi fi to aba on say ye be hu say on ase na inso na efi e ho ba no e inso say green emu ye green kakra my mind it's very bad. A bon sanity.
Enti we no mu nyina na one woda no na eye den ne den na eye wo ana hienti na wo ye ana ne den ya na eye wakono wo so hu na wonya atenka bi enti na ma wo ye sa de no.
Yeah, first time now yeah ni dey. First time now yeah ni dey. I mean, I so say, baby, do baby na been piscani view. Na my bed penno. Na my bed penno. Na my bed dono. Na cano crana men jeans cano.
But there, I never quite one say, "O see, o na we oba no."
That's why.
Na just a mom cram pono montemo crano. Most recognize say oba ho on faso che bema.
That's why.
Just a wood, the one you be done, not there be an oil.
On an oil.
Do oil so no any jicama.
On the oil, like you hopefully live only or buy you now, but things, you know, and at times, almost because it's cheap, sad, no, and like a year, you have to yell, there's just kind of, you know, yeah.
Enti a bimokradi or more my year called Nimucha on so the Omotabo Pampers because Saturday now cannot. No, what's your bidder?
I could see Tama na Afina or Mammy Druby, I don't know the Mamma, say, get doing the best stop every man come, but to know it to me, but now it's not working. So, I was over diaper.
Now, over diaper.
What's on over diaper?
And the warriors are there when you are now, mammy, Unianum, now opening himself, we are gay.
Virtual daddy, no being
and now the show.
They do time be na the Koda hospital now. I feel that we are there and there. So I was just trying to call my mom. Now coming can be here, but sad that I'm making my mistake. Make can be here. I don't know where to be a guy if you buy it. Maybe you feel buy it. That moment, I know it's not anything.
You. Yabenya brena yasen ato nsa friend ya pese na wotena se na ye bon komo pa wo fie ha se but ansa na sa da no bedru ho no e bia so nyame ya adoma production team no be kasa na ya every time I obetimi aba studio but before that no obi a otie yen ye ka gayism and lesbian asem ya o say ye ha ye ni etietie ankofo fa hodie so no me pese wo ka bibi kire wo mo
dem pese menka enche won say say what will be a gayism and a bit more lesbian be a gay. That's what the deal want them. To me, it doesn't make sense because the thing is a spiritual thing. It's a spiritual thing. So if the mind, we have to pray for them. Your mom pie said, "Right now, because if you send your mom, because in your easy say would be a few." And you
what the meeting better holding in a fat my dog by a better and watch it and we see our young way be as quite of us uno. But the person mechanic say, says the uncle for be say, young down my and yam rent tia or young guy. Or mine is the MP, ye by yam rasamo be an yes, I didn't be a busio, a chihuahua and conformity there be. Sunday nyame bo ba ne bema ne nyame so bo bema o so de bema na won fa no yenya sa de me enya mra bi antia wo mo what is asem no
eja se unko bible mu a boni ayankopon e kasa tia pa any lesbianism any gayism obi o be kasa yenja o mo life e mo no ipa ko no e be o ye devil like okon mo hu bi because o kan mo hu a to me say ye job because a nipa so nipa kra and almost say no a nipa kra and almost say no at the end there is a for now for now it's when you can say yenje omo no atase metesa na yakasa me sumo omo metesa na me sumo omo initially so our my way immediate say so much but I can be that material somebody on the other parliament me because I know ya make my film to be films like ya because for be to me frame no obi wo hope so njai want to me njai if be my WhatsApp group the one want to like obet me two omofo abompae at the end no almost am ko ya no masa akoye it's a spirit me pa mo cho Ghana for mu tie me like obi bia obi a wo tie me no pese me kan kire wo say ibi wa no enka se yenje omo life ana ayo mo right yenje omo na bia ende yade aye wonu a adeche ede be ye o
what does about pampers
sisi ade yame adom mo to me kakra
o to no so ayi
ba cho ane
asidan kanyame ya do asenti production team and you say ano wanya girl
me here be about na me should be first no na me ya feeling for baba this year like me more ba you say oga
oh dey ha ho bebre wo ho e be ma bi why
actually man
e be ma bi nti production team no be ka sa akire ho na ya appointment ni ye na fe ye hu da obeba fie hankasa na ye no watena se na ya bon community pious so mu akire na ne nkasa na fe ye abusuafo na de ye didi atrapo so e hu hia be gidi ye se en house there ye je sa brewe age o man sunsum ene ne kra e de asi ho prof
amansan chiame kwabena mafo ana
nana ya okese Givers Herbal Center woman na de Givers pick up so saba 21st clinic say a sciatica dia look no further. And a National Link Company Limited, Proslav capsules and Ninuanum. Omada Roma any of the adventure no buy. Casiabono, Nankasankaza Takesi Nankasankazano. Ozon's chemist. Woman that did Ozon's Gallic capsules and Bajaso. A drew papa. Me ho cry jojo. Ure yi sama wa kan sisi ase me ho cry jojo. Se bema wote wona woto so ninsuo. Woto so ninsuo se de. Oh God. Nyame hu nipa mobo. MTN everywhere you go. Star 175 hash. Now wa subscribe nyina ye be yi a kire de wo mpɛ no na wa free so. High Sense Ghana say. A refrigerator, chest freezer, air conditioner, television, gas cooker, electric cooker, washing machine, smartphone, any new animal for any extra High Sense Ghana. Duffy's Health and Beauty or Hema Feminine Mixture, any new animal and what they abedjaso. Na boa moba who ewo we say who twa o de ona ma oba bia nsoso. Oba bia nsoso. We say me in law. We say kama. And afi car bank say so about star 771 hash. Star 771 hash ya wa register. The opesa wo ye bia no obetimi aye ama bibia aye kama ede amount. Mickey the triple darling ya fa ne brebe si maduo no nenso Mickey enha no because Mickey dear sa suma we nya de Mickey na Mickey de ya den Mickey apesma Mickey oh what abusafo ya de moasi ya da moasi ama mo enitia adeshe.
Tune it in, turn it up,
Peace FM,
and rip off the knob.